this record is really so close to my heart and so emotional. But as far as it being the gloomiest record, I think I've written some pretty depressing records before this one. I think Strange Mercy might be take the cake on gloom, but with this record, I really just wanted to write songs that spoke to the heart, spoke to my heart and made me feel something. Jack Antonoff was someone who was in my peripheral vision for a long time. And I always had the sense that he was like a really nice guy, he had a great, reputation. But I never really knew him until we sat down and had dinner and talked about this album. And more than that, we just kind of talked about everything that was going wrong in each other's lives at that time. We just like bonded in such a heavy way very quickly. And I just knew that he was the right person to work with because he was so, thoughtful and energetic and sympathetic and the ultimate cheerleader. I think the great thing about music is that you can put something out, it can mean one specific thing to you, and then other people hear it and they look at it with it in a totally different light and put all of their life experience and all of their emotional states and baggage or all the things, and they put it onto the song if the song resonates with them. And so the great thing about a song is that it really ceases to be about the writer of the song after it's in the world, and it's about every other person's experience with the music. So I write from a place of I don't think you can write things you don't know, but it doesn't have to be literal. You can know something emotionally, and a lot of times in songs you find out what you think or how you feel about something just in the process of following this thread, over a number of months. You follow it and then you look back and go, oh, that's how I felt? That's where I was? Wow. I didn't realize it at the time exactly. I think for a long time, because my primary instrument was guitar and it's my first love as a musician, I think that I was in some ways just trying to figure out, okay, what's the lane that hasn't quite been explored, because I don't want to do what would be natural to me as, an early guitar player, which was, as a guitar player, you learn all these scales, and everybody can kind of play like a half bad blues, and I just didn't, I was trying to find something that would excite me and wouldn't make me feel like, oh, I'm just doing something super cliche. And so the genesis of kind of exploring was a desire not to play bad blues, but it just kind of bloomed into this other, lots of different kinds of sounds. And now I love the sound of a guitar, like,
It's just a very different sound.
Yeah, luckily, because of technology and, if you're techie or pedal nerd, you can make a guitar really sound like anything. My mom used to sing us a song that was like, "We girls can do anything." And I think it was to the tune of Barbie, the Barbie theme song, which is kind of a wonderful subversion. I have just was surrounded by strong women, and it was a funny kind of thing, being raised a certain way with a certain set of, like, obviously girls can do anything boys can do, and then kind of going out into the world and then being, like, confronted with, oh, people think differently than that? They're crazy, because we're gonna get some shit done, The fact that I had people in my life who were very close and who were doing the thing that I wanted to do just made me go, oh, this is possible. I didn't come from a family that said, like, you want to be a musician? No way. Get back to accounting school, or whatever it was. I was lucky enough to be supported in that because, you know, my uncle's a genius guitar player and he's made his whole life playing music, and so they showed me what it was kind of really like on the road, and they really taught me how to work, and they taught me that I need to be able to, in some ways, do everything. Need to know the technical stuff. I need to know, you know, be as excellent as possible at the musical stuff. And I need to have this, or they baked into me this sort of extreme reverence for music as like as just this transformative and transcendent, holy force. My friend and I have a saying, and it's like, creators create. You know, I was at a museum once in Lausanne, Switzerland, and there was a woman who had been sent to the insane asylum, and her dream in life was that she wanted to get married, and so she created an entire wedding dress out of toilet paper and spit, and it was the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. So creators create. If people have an irresistible urge to make something, no matter where they are, they're gonna find a way to build it, you know, make it, and that's really the thing that drives me the most, is a desire to just make things. Just want to make things, and hopefully make great things, and you know, play shows that people may like or dislike, but they won't forget. I love Texas. I love Texas, and I love Texans, and there was a period where, you know, I felt like I needed to get out of here in my youth. You know, when I was 18, I left and went to the East Coast, and it's sort of like, I always think of the metaphor like, you know, when kids grow up and they're so excited about Halloween, and the next thing you know, they're like teenagers and they're like, Halloween, that was so stupid, and they were just doing Halloween the year, you know, a year ago, and then they get a little bit older and they feel no longer threatened by the idea of who they were, and they're just like, hey, it's Halloween, we're dressing up and having fun again. That was sort of the trajectory of me in Texas. Like, I left kind of going, well, I'm gonna do it, and it's this and da-da-da. And as I've gotten older and spent more time away from it, and then had Texan friends all over the world, and you know, have a really strong relationship with my family, I'm just like, I love this place. Well, the essence of performance to me is that people are coming to see you play, right? They're not, if they wanted to just listen to you, they would stay home with the record. But they're coming because they want to have an experience, and they want to get taken to another place for an hour and a half, and they want to suspend their disbelief. Like, that's what I want when I go see a show. And so I spend a lot of time just trying to make a show that does all those things. That is like, hey, but everybody, let's gather around this campfire and then just like teleport into another dimension for as long as we have together, and then, you know, come back to Earth in a different state than we left it.